Bundesliga as this second half goes on, and hopefully we don't get too distracted because I think this is gonna be a great second half.
Yeah. Could you do me a favor, bro?
Yeah.
Could you move that light to the right? Because it's like just glaring.
You just
right
really
side.
don't like this light.
No, it's just that light.
I'm gonna
man.
turn it off. Honestly,
All right, that's fine.
Let's turn it off.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Bam. And it's just glaring the whole right side of the screen.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
All right, cool. So we're back. Second half just started. Let's see the tactical adjustments that were made, and then what's the next league we're going to talk about?
Bundesliga, and then I was going to go on to Premier League.
Bundesliga.
Yeah.
That's an exciting league this season.
I think it was. I think it had to be, not for the title race itself, but just having the Neverlusen season with the Xabi Alonso. It's so magical.
Neverlusen season, and then, one of my personally favorite teams, Stuttgart.
Because
I think I remember telling you earlier this season.
You were high on Stuttgart very early.
I was high on Stuttgart, and especially the player Guirassy.
Yep.
Serhu Guirassy. He's so good. Hopefully, Stuttgart get to keep him for their one of their first seasons back in Champions League in a while.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing them in Champions League for as long as I've been watching Bundesliga. I don't remember seeing them in the Champions League. So that'd be a good set to pull up when the last time they qualified for Champions League was.
I do have their history, so we can talk about that.
Oh, perfect.
Because I was just as curious as you were. But yeah, he's 28, Guirassy. So if you want to make a big move, it had to be now.
It would have to be now, and it had to be next season. But he was consistent, man. At one point, he was having a better goals to minute ratio than Harry Kane. But then Harry Kane warmed up, and he kind of just blew his whole competition away. Sad to see Kane not win a trophy this season again.
I mean, I'm not sad as an Arsenal fan.
As an Arsenal fan, as a neutral fan for between the whole rivalry, I want to see Harry Kane at least win a cup. You know what I mean?
I mean, well,
at least win a cup, and then Shaka, Shaka winning a trophy
that's
as an
fun.
Arsenal fan.
That's fun. I mean, speaking of Bayern, do you want to talk about the company situation, or
dude, we gotta talk about the company situation.
Okay.
Because for those of you who don't know, Vincent Kompany, or as he referred to himself, Vinny, just became the Bayern coach this week, actually.
Yeah.
Hold up, we got a counterattack by Real
Vinny's
Madrid.
going on the run right here.
The Vinny Jr. is over here on the counter. Like, you can already see the smoke from the fires.
Yeah.
Taking up half the stadium. Of course, they might have to cancel them. That happens often in Germany.
Or in Greece, I imagine, too, or Turkey.
Yeah.
They're high on flares over there.
Yeah, it does. That whole, Eastern Europe, they just love burning half the stadium to pieces and shit. They do. I don't know what it is about Eastern Europe. If you know about it, leave it in the comments. Why do they like burning up half the stadium? Is it like a distraction tactic? It might be. You thin the air and your opponents fucking die of oxygen depletion.
I'm sure Vinny was running and be like, "Oh God, this is not the air I wanted to breathe."
The good thing is the fires have calmed down. How the fuck did they put all those fires so quick? That's what I'm wondering.
I think it's just the flares they're naturally that gunpowder or whatever, the sulfur, and then it just burns out when it burns out.
Well, good for them.
It was safe. It was a safe forest fire that broke out in the stadium.
Imagine if we did that here in the U.S. for
football,
football,
or basketball,
for NFL football. That'd be fucking lit.
No,
why can't we have fans like that?
It's
why is the passion not here?
I'm gonna call it out. NFL fans suck. NFL fans suck. You guys suck. You sit on your asses. You don't get up. You don't chant. You don't do anything. You just cheer when it's third down, fourth down, and then when it punts, you're totally quiet again.
Yeah.
We get embarrassed every time we have a London game, and the London English fans are singing and chanting the team's names when they're not even from the freaking country.
Yeah.
U.S. fans, get it together, especially NFL fans. What are we doing? Be more active.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. That's Carvajal with a little bit of a glancing header.
Yeah, it's surprising that Carvajal got on top of that. He's probably one of the shortest players in that pileup, So still, Real Madrid about 4 minutes into the second half, the 49th minute, and we still don't have a shot on target.
Yeah.
Could it be that we score with our first shot on target? That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. You don't get concerned as longer it goes with no shot on target, are you?
Nah.
Okay. Because you can pull it out in any other, You can bring on the secret weapon Hosselu and
Secret
totally-
weapon Hospital, Brahim Diaz.
Yeah,
off the
Brahim, of
bench,
course,
who's just, he's like he's a little like fucking mouse, you know. He's just like, dude. I don't know if I sent you this video, but for those of you who like haven't seen Brahim Diaz, go look up highlights. This man dribbles with both his feet. I haven't seen any other player do that. Like he'll like literally start dribbling. He's right-footed, but he'll dribble just as good with his left foot, and he'll like switch between them when he dribbles, and like he'll just get past people. It's like amazing. I've never seen any player do that. Have you?
No.
I haven't seen any.
I haven't looked too much into Brahim Diaz's dribbling style. I know when I've seen him play, he's great. He's a little nifty player.
Yeah, he is. He's amazing. I think he's finally gotten his like finishing touchdown. He's super fast. He's for being small, he's pretty strong. So yeah, I'm excited to see more of him. Will he get as much playing time as he had this season with Endrick and Mbappe coming next season? Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
We'll have to see. Hopefully,
yeah, that's something that's going to be a definite discussion for. I mean, the whole summer.
Yeah,
especially when Mbappe gets confirmed.
Yeah, because that is one of the players that I'm concerned will have to sacrifice his playing time. You know, him and Arda Güler. I think Arda Güler. I think with the best thing for him would be to go on loan. Just so you know, I think the most important thing for young players is consistent playing time.
Yeah.
Whether that be at your club or like at a club like that wants you there, that you're contributing to.
Yeah.
Worst thing for young players is just sit on the bench, because then you're not developing that like game awareness.
Yeah.
That game experience.
Is there still a chance for him to have success? Because to me, like, I'm thinking about like someone like Odegaard, who spent an eternity out on loan, and just coming back to the team and is just not being able to either have a piece in the system, or they just don't see him as someone who could fit in their system, and then he obviously gets sold to us, Arsenal, and I love him.
Yeah,
I can't believe we got Odegaard first. How cheap we got him
for like 35 mil, right?
Yeah, it was super cheap for that. I thought we were gonna have to pry him out of your hands with like a 60-70 million bid.
Yeah, because we bought him for 60 mil. I remember when he was like 16 or 14.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing was Odegaard kind of came into the Real Madrid side at a really unfortunate time when we had Kroos and Modric at their peaks.
You also had James, but
we had James, and we weren't really playing with the 10.
Yeah.
Real Madrid hasn't played with the 10 until this year when Bellingham came back.
Yeah.
Before that, we hadn't played with the 10 since like James, and that didn't really work out. So the last really successful 10 we had was Mesut Ozil, and we try to move away from that because we had the BBC, Bale, Benzema, Cristiano. So they chose BBC, so they could have easily said BBR.
No, we all know why we chose BBC.
Yeah, so they chose the BBC. So we haven't really played with a 10 since then, so I think it's unfortunate. The good thing is Arda Güler, like he kind of plays like a winger. He does really good on the right side, which fortunate for us, like that's where we need a winger.
Yeah.
We don't have a really like right winger specific player.
Especially with these rumors that Rodrigo might be out.
Yeah. Well, it was confirmed that Rodrigo was going to stay, but just because it's confirmed doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
He could be sold.
City have been the recent ones that are like kind of thinking if Mbappe gets confirmed, they might go in for Rodrigo.
I was about to say Man City are on him. I don't know if Man City. I don't know if he would fit Guardiola's style a little bit. That'd be interesting. If I was him, I'd be more interested in like a team like kind of like Bayern Munich, maybe, who were like known for their like speedy wingers.
Back on Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Wait, you want to finish your thought first?
No, I was pretty much done. But let's go back to Bundesliga. So Vincent Kompany.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on him?
Some very interesting appointment for me, just because we've gone through the past couple seasons now. We had Tuchel.
Oh shit! Wait, I'm sorry.
Hold up.
That's Nuri Sahin.
Oh yeah, I did see Nassim.
Bro, is he the assistant coach?
I guess he's on the.
What?
I guess he's part of the backroom staff.
For those of you who don't know, Neverlusen was a Real Madrid player for like 2 seasons. He was plagued with injury, but before that, he was like a great player for Dortmund. Anyway, I was just shocked to see him. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, he's doing well. I guess probably getting a little bit of a coaching career started for him now.
Yeah, good for him.
But yeah, I mean, we had Tuchel this last season. Obviously, didn't work out. But going back to the season before, we had Nagelsmann there.
You say we like you're a Bayern fan?
No, I'm not a Bayern fan. I just said we for no reason.
Yeah, he's a Bayern fan, guys.
Bayern,
not,
yeah. No, by far
losing
not a
to
Bayern.
Bayern in the semifinals.
Yeah, getting whooped by Bayern so many times, I don't think I can ever be a Bayern fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, having Nagelsmann there, I mean, he was in the competitions before he got sacked, and I thought at that point, okay, I see Bayern now taking a step where they have a young, aspiring coach, and they want to kind of build upon this. It's going to be a kind of a project. We don't know how this is going to work out in the first couple seasons.
Which they said with Nagelsmann, by the
way. Yeah, and that's...
Look how that worked out.
It didn't work out, and so I'm confused why they've gone to that kind of route again. I know Kompany's got his plague. It obviously didn't work out in the Premier League. Obviously had a great season bringing Burnley up from the Championship. It was one of the all-time best seasons by a Championship team, and he's got great leadership. I mean, he's got a great pedigree as a player,
he
but
German.
It's such a huge jump, and it could be like it could go really great or it could go really bad.
It could. You just don't know.
There's no in between for me.
It could go really great at first and then terrible later on, or it could go really terrible at first and great later on. It's just it could go any way, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Like you just don't know what to expect, and it's a huge gamble from Bayern, really. Who, you would think a team as good as Bayern wouldn't be gambling.
No.
After it's like a bad season in their eyes.
Oh, a little block in there.
First shot on target.
Yep.
The 56 minute 56-50. First shot on target by Carvajal.
Who made the block right there? Was that Maatsen? I think that was Maatsen. Yep.
Nice. Yeah. That could have tricked the keeper.
Yeah, it could have messed the keeper up, but it did deflect wide for Cobalt to collect really safely.
It took us, almost 57 minutes. But we have our first shot on target. But yeah, man.
Interesting. Very interesting to say the least for this next season.
Yeah,
especially since we don't know if Alonso's going to stay.
Alonso is staying.
Okay, so that's really big pressure for Kompany to perform. Yeah. I know he's a 3-year contract. They're probably going to give him 2 years. I would think if they're going this route, I don't know with the Bayern backroom or the executives.
You just don't know what Bayern this season because they say, well, we're willing to stick with our coach. Then they fire a coach when he's in all 3 competitions still, and then they hire a coach who maybe has the appeal, but he's been known his reputation is he doesn't stay somewhere long.
Yeah.
Everywhere Tuchel's gone, it's like 2-3 years. Mm-hmm. And then, he does well. He's made the 2 Champions League finals with 2 different teams, one of them Chelsea. But, as we saw, he kind of was not really that good of a coach. Like, he won the league last season by a miracle.
Yeah.
Because Dortmund kind of just, threw the league away that last game of the season. He really shouldn't have won the league last season. And this season it showed because he didn't win the league.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, arguably he was against one of the best sides ever in the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
But still, he lost. He never won against Leverkusen. He tied the game at home and then got dismantled away from home against Leverkusen. He was losing points here and there all season to teams that he really shouldn't have been doing that to. The best thing about him was his Champions League run. And he was minutes away from beating Real Madrid at home. And, of course, Real Madrid, we do our little magic thing and we win. You can't really blame a coach for that. That's just actually, you can blame him. I'll criticize him about this. Taking out Harry Kane in the 84th minute of a semifinal where you're up.
Yeah, that's where you can.
And then now you have no attacking outlet. That's you're going to receive criticism for that. I understand why he took out Sane because he was still a little bit injured, not 100%, so that makes sense. But yeah, you can't take out Harry Kane. You can't take out your best player when there's possibility that just one goal you're going to play extra time. You can't do that. So I think the decision to sack him was correct. I think the way Bayern handled this whole thing, so they sacked him. or they didn't sack him. He said, "I'm going to leave at the end of the season."
Yeah.
Bayern were looking for everyone. They asked everyone. They asked Xabi Alonso. They asked the Stuttgart coach, who I don't remember his name right now, but we'll look that up.
I'll look it up right now while you're talking.
They asked the Stuttgart coach for his name, who's done great this season. Finished second over Bayern. Has one. I love the way they play. One of the most memorable matches from Stuttgart this season was they were playing away at Leverkusen, and they were winning the game 2-0 at one point. And the game ended up finishing 2-2 because Leverkusen used their black magic and they scored a 97th minute equalizer. And you could tell at the end of the game, like the players for Stuttgart, they were upset.
Yeah.
They were like, wow, we should have won that.
Yeah.
We lost it. And that's the kind of attitude you want to see in players who, like, they're hungry.
Yeah.
You know? You just went to an unbeaten side's home turf and you're upset that you didn't beat them, and you're not content with a draw, which most teams would be content with. So I like the Stuttgart mentality. I like the Stuttgart team. We'll see what they do next season. But yeah, as far as Bayern, man, hopefully, I don't have anything against Vincent Kompany. I think he was a good center back. I'll never forget his goal that he scored against, I forgot what team, but it was that long range goal.
Oh, from against Leicester?
Yeah, against Leicester
yeah,
City.
Yep.
To win, basically seal up the league against Liverpool.
Captain Marvel. I can remember I'm blanking on his name. People are gonna roast me for this.
Who?
The guy who made the commentary.
Alan
Captain
Shearer?
Not Alan Shearer.
Martin
Tyler.
Martin Tyler.
I don't know why I blanked on that, but yeah, Captain Marvel. Yeah, that's a beautiful moment.
Yeah. So. Oh wow! What a terrible giveaway.
Yes, but
good thing we get back.
To go back on that last thought, Sebastian Hoeneß is the Stuttgart head coach, 42 years of age.
He's young.
He's very young. He actually was in the Bayern system. He coached the U19s between 2017 and 2018, and then coached the second team. Obviously, still a youth team, but they're in the second division.
Yeah.
In 2019-2020, went to Hoffenheim, and now at Stuttgart.
Yeah. Good CV, good background. Maybe he coaches Bayern one day in the future. I think so. I think he'll coach Bayern one day. I really do.
Seems like more of an obvious choice in company.
Yeah. Well, no, they did contact him. He rejected them.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So he rejected him. Xabi Alonso rejected him.
Yeah, that would be.
I forgot. There was a couple more. Ralph Rangnick rejected him.
I don't know about Rangnick
because he's an Austrian coach. Oh
yeah.
Wow,
that was a great little header right there.
So I forgot. So I don't know who that is. Was that Folkrug?
I think it might have been Folkrug.
Folkrug with a diving header in the 70 or the 62nd minute, and what a great save by Thibaut Courtois. Like he's been really good this whole match. Absolute defensive rock in the back.
Yeah, this game's kind of settled now.
It is settled. You see it. You see, like I think the halftime tactical changes so far are favoring Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah,
we've seen less and less bursting attacks from Dortmund, who we both said they can't sustain that type of play the whole game. You're going to get tired, you're going to get exhausted, and you see Real Madrid controlling the tempo a little bit better now. You know, you see Nacho passing it to Kroos, passing it to Valverde, passing it to Rudiger. They're setting their own pace, man.
Yeah, which I think that's what they should have done. I mean, as a point blank strategy, we're the champions here. We are the most experienced team out between the two. We're gonna assert our dominance, and we're gonna win this thing. But as this is going on, let's see. So obviously, we talked about Bayern Munich. Do you anything about that? I did have a point. Obviously, finishing 72 points this year. They had 72 points this year, 71 points last year.
Oh, wow. So they actually did better than last season?
They actually did better, but it is the lowest point total in back-to-back seasons for them since 2010-2011 with 65 points, where they finished third. And then the next year, 2011-2012, they finished with 73 points.
Both years where they lost to Dortmund.
And that was during the Klopp era of BVB. That's all the way back there. So that's obviously a low in almost a decade and a half.
Yeah, I mean, all I can say is, like, you know, you can't keep up greatness for like over 10 years. You know, they won 9 league titles in a row. They lost Lewandowski to Barcelona. They barely won it last season, and now this season, like, it just shows like you can't get away. I mean, you know, they brought in Harry Kane, but I think this season was just more so poor like manager coaching, and then also like just I don't know, poor team cohesion maybe.
Yeah.
Because you have a great striker, but you just he didn't score in the matches where he needed to score.
Yeah. I just didn't get the service for it, and then
wow, that was a great run by Rodrigo in the 65th minute.
And then just touching on Stuttgart's little history, just because we were touching on that before. Let's get
Talk
that.
about Stuttgart.
So Stuttgart, I mean, great season. It's obviously the best finish they've had in a very long time. So 2010, between 2010 and 2014, 2015, they were hovering around 12th and 15th. The best finish they had was 2011, 2012 with 6th position.
Really?
Yes.
So they've never finished above 6 till this season.
Yes, and then
that's pretty impressive.
And then the next year, 2015, 2016, they get relegated.
Wow.
In 17th, get second place in Division 2, get promoted, and then they go 7th the next year, which is great coming out of promotion.
Yeah, after getting promoted, that's kind of impressive.
But then go down to 16th.
Pretty impressive.
And then obviously, if you don't know, in Liga and Bundesliga, the third, I guess 16th position, I would have to say. That's a better way to explain.
Third from bottom.
Third from bottom have to play a playoff match with one of the teams that are in contention for promotion in the second division. They lost that game.
Oh, wow.
They lost that game and went back down, got another runners-up trophy or runners-up position, get promoted again, go 15th. And then last year, they were actually 16th again, but won the playoff match, and now they're here at second.
Wow.
They were just a match away from being in League 2, and now they're flying high in the first division. That's such a great
That's like almost to the
story.
Levels of Bayer Leverkusen, right? Who were just a season ago, they were like the lowest position, 16th, and now they go on and win the league unbeaten. So good for first and second teams of the Bundesliga. Shows how competitive it can be. Shows how open the Bundesliga can be. Gives hope to other players and managers, hopefully teams in the league. Did they ended up getting the 5th Champions League spot, right?
Who? Stuttgart? Or?
No. I'm saying like the Bundesliga in general. They have 5 Champions League spots.
I believe
because I know Dortmund finished 5th and they're in the Champions League next season. So
yes, I believe. Yeah, you're
good.
correct.
Good for Bundesliga. Good for Serie A in these last couple of years. The years that previous years would indicate that English and Spanish teams have dominated Europe.
Yeah.
But in reality, in general, not just Champions League, but Europa League and Conference League, you have teams from Germany and Italy who are making up most of those teams when they get to the latter stages of the competition. So it's good to see that Serie A and Bundesliga are like evolving, contributing more to Europe. It's just good to see in general.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League next year. It's gonna be wild.
Yeah. The biggest disappointment is that I guess all the Real Madrid fans wanted to see a Real Madrid Bayer Leverkusen UEFA Super Cup.
Ooh.
And now we're not going to get to see that.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we'll see them play next season at some point because we all want that.
Yes, we do want that. Not only for the great match that might be, but also the storyline, of course. Again, 69th minute now. Real Madrid is still taking control of the game, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Trying to suffocate Dortmund in their own half at this point. Did you have any other thoughts on the Bundesliga? I did have one more, but I'm going to go to you first.
No, tell me what
Okay. So, obviously, I mean, RB Leipzig 4th, Dortmund 5th, Frankfurt 6th, Hoffenheim 7th. Kind of usual players. I will have to give some props to FC Heidenheim.
Oh, yeah, FC Heidenheim.
Finishing in 8th.
Good team.
Just promoted this year.
Yeah.
And finishing in 8th, getting Conference League qualifications. I mean, I don't know much about it. I didn't watch any game from them, but
I watched a couple of games.
It's a solid
when they played the big teams.
Solid performance by them. That's just a great thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Pokal going to Bayern, Neverlusen. Harry Kane scoring 36 goals, closest to anything close to what Robert Lewandowski did that 21-22 season where he broke the record.
Yeah.
We already talked about Siru with 28. Openda, of course, doing his thing with 24.
Is that RB Leipzig?
Yes, Luis
Yeah.
Pinda.
He might be going somewhere else. Huh?
Again, that's another
Another good
dude, 24, Belgian striker, really nifty. Like, he's going to probably go somewhere and do some things. I want to give some props to Dennis Undav. He was from Brighton, went on loan to, I forget who he went to play for, but obviously scoring 18 goals this season.
Doing great partnership alongside Guirassi this season for Stuttgart. Two great strikers. Both of them kind of playing off each other. Yeah. He's
from Stuttgart. Okay.
Yeah, he's really good.
My notes I didn't put the team, so again, you can roast me for that, but whatever. And then coming in at 5th, Maximilian Baer, a 21-year-old German international with 16 goals. One to watch out for. Scoring 16 goals at 21 years old at a top flight division, that's something you should be keeping an eye on always. Mm-hmm. And then Alejandro Grimaldo.
Grimaldo, dude, that's one of my favorite players.
There's 13 assists.
Him and Frimpong this season were amazing.
Yes.
Amazing win-back duo. They both had double-doubles this season.
Yep.
So, when do you see fullbacks ever have double-doubles?
No.
You rarely see that. Ever.
Yeah.
So that's just amazing that both of them had it.
Fulkrug got roughed up by Nacho there. I think it was just a little.
It's just a
little. He fell awkwardly.
It's just a little nudge, man.
He's gonna be fine.
He's a big guy.
He's a tough German.
Yeah. One thing I did want to shout out though. Oh, Royce is coming on. It's the 71st minute, and Royce is about to come on. Who are they gonna take off though? Fulkrug? Who's number
27?
Who's number 27?
Oh, that's just to show our
is that
football knowledge.
Odeyemi?
I don't think that's Adeyemi. Oh, it is Adeyemi.
Yeah, it is Adeyemi.
Okay, well, Adeyemi's coming off.
Wow.
I guess that makes sense because I think I would naturally do that if I was Terzic. Bring on Adeyemi, try to stretch the back line, try to get them tired, and then bring on the I'm trying to bring on the experience of Marco Reus to have a fairy tale ending for his career.
Yeah. Royce had a really good game in the last season, or the last game of the season. He had a really good game. He had a good free kick.
Yeah.
And I think he had an assist, so he's in good form. And, overall, a good career from him. Didn't win the Bundesliga, unfortunately. I think that's when, he came really close a couple times.
Yeah.
Closest he came to was last season, so it's a shame. But he's won a couple of the Pokals, a couple Super Cups. And I think
then he got through.
Dude, Matt Hummels is on another level.
He's been on Vinny
Matt
the
Hummels,
whole game.
This man is moving the fastest I've seen him.
You see Vinny smiling and kind of chuckling to himself, but he cannot get anywhere without Hummels breathing down his back.
And Hummels is on him, man, like a predator. He will not leave him alone. Yeah, you can't leave Vinny alone. If you leave Vinny alone, he'll.
It's really smart, I guess.
Yeah, he's torching up their right back. Who's their right back again?
The right back is Maatsen, isn't it?
No, Maatsen's their
it's Ryerson.
Oh yeah, Ryerson, that's his name. Oh yeah, so the team I wanted to shout out real quick, they're a cup favorite. If you watch the cup this season, the DFB Pokal, Saarbrücken.
Okay.
Saarbrücken. So do you know about Saarbrücken this season? Let me tell you about Saarbrücken.
Tell me about him.
So they beat
and Carvajal!
Dude, Carvajal.
Danny Carvajal does it for Real Madrid.
Carvajal from a corner.
74th minute in a corner.
74th minute, early 73rd minute. Who would have guessed Carvajal from a corner?
To silence the Dortmund end right there.
Yeah.
And the Real Madrid fans are going wild.
Where's the remote? Let's turn it up. Just
all right. Yeah, let's turn it on. Where did I put the remote?
Hear this shit. Just a little. Turn it up.
Yeah, that's right. Write them off at your own peril. Wow. Yeah, it's a very basic cross into the near post.
Because no one
covered him. Is that Fulkrug that was supposed to cover him?
Yeah. No one covered him. They left him wide open.
Wow.
One of the smallest players in the box scores a header. A man who's not known for headers at all.
And then, wow. And then Troy does his signature.
No celebration.
No celebration. Let's just walk away. Mental fist bump. We all know he's excited.
Yeah.
And then great knee slide celebration. Fantastic. Now let's see if Dortmund can respond.
And good from Vinny to set up that corner basically with those blazing runs.
Yeah. Now we got ourselves a match.
Now we do. Okay, so back to Saarbrücken, right? So this is their CV this season, right? They knocked out Bayern Munich.
Okay.
By the way, this is a third Bundesliga.
Yeah,
division.
okay. I remember them knocking out Bayern Munich.
Yeah, knocked out Bayern Munich. Went on to beat Frankfurt. Who? What did Frankfurt finish this season?
Frankfurt finished.
They finished like 8th or something.
It was 6th.
They finished 6th. They finished. Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Beat Frankfurt 2-0 at home. To be fair, what's it called? Frankfurt did get a red card, but that was only in the 83rd minute, and they were already losing 2-0. And then they ended up beating Borussia Mönchengladbach. Actually ended up coming back from 1-0 down to beat them, getting a last-minute winner. And then out of all teams, they lose the second division Kaiserslautern. So they beat 3 Bundesliga sides back to back to back, and then they lose the second division Kaiserslautern. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
But shout out to them, great season.
Yeah.
Let's see if did they get promoted? I'm not sure. I didn't really keep up with third division.
Yeah, third division German football was not in my cards to watch this season.
Let's see. They just missed out on promotion battle
sucks.
by 3 points.
That sucks.
But promising side. I'm sure they'll have their chance next season. They can build off this confidence.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, with that we wrap up Bundesliga football.
Yeah.
Good season from them. Excited to see next season, and yeah.
Yeah, I think I would just have to give some flowers to Florian Wirtz. Is the only thing.
Florian Wirtz, yeah.
21-year-old German international is going to light up the Euros, I think, with getting the Player of the Year for the Bundesliga with 11 goals and 11 assists, and our double-double, as we would call it.
Yup, double doubles.
But great.
Yeah,
And